3.
Hey guys, I'm confused. It looks like you're already streaming.
And that is our special guest.
Well reasoned.
Of the week, JMONEY, coming in hot as Zergy Boy. This is episode 48, Daylight in the Black, or maybe. And we are not going to be doing. You might think for a minute that we were a Fleetwood Mac cover band going into Iron Maiden. That's not going to be the case.
Classic. That's old hat.
It's going to be tough. It's very old. It's been done so many times that why even say it out loud? We're going to be talking though about JMONEY's transition into the Zerg race in Starcraft 2, 3, 4. Did somebody say? I heard somebody say that Starcraft 3 was coming out, but that can't possibly be true, right?
No.
No, it's probably true.
I mean, that'd be great.
It is possible.
It's always possible, I guess. Or at least it had been announced, but I also know that was not true. Anyway, Cadence of Hyrule, which is the game that Doc's been playing, I don't know about. Shovel Knight, which is the game that Junkbait's been playing, that a lot of people have already played, but again, we don't do anything current on the stream, so. And also a Dungeons & Dragons update. E3, question mark, what happened, what didn't. You'll get the hottest, coolest recap you ever can here. And, oh man, Games Done Quick is apparently going on right now.
Right now, started today.
Another, I guess, never guest to this stream, but friend to this stream, Curly McSweeter. We watched a Games Done Quick run of Hollow Knight when I was visiting him. It was a lot of fun.
Good run.
And I have questions.
Holland Knight? Like a knight?
Yes.
Holland?
Exactly. Holland, aka the Netherlands, aka the Dutch.
JMONEY, do you even watch the podcast?
I do. I'm very religious about it.
Man.
Okay. So let's start things off hot. JMONEY,
You
walk
heard it
us
here
through.
first, folks. We are officially a religion.
Oh yeah, that's true. We are a clan and stuff, so I guess that's basically probably one step above.
Just
today,
gotta file some paperwork, really.
We should get that for non-profit status, because all of the money we have to handle on this stream, it'd be nice if we didn't have to pay taxes on it. Am I right, guys?
Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting non-profit's just a way of getting around it, not making profit.
Yep.
So I was like, well, hang on, I want to make profit. But then I
Well,
said this quiet part out loud there, so I've ruined it.
Yeah, you can't say that. We have to
Starcraft,
pretend like
though.
Yeah. JMONEY, why did you switch from your longtime race of Protoss into Zerg?
It was a very complex decision, a lot of factors. As my skill levels increased, Protoss just doesn't have it for me.
Can I guess?
Yes.
I'm guessing you were glued to the stream of the GSL finals this weekend and saw Zerg triumph over Protoss once again and said, I just can't. My life for Ire is a waste of time now.
I can tell you what it definitively wasn't. It wasn't me being burnt out on the last game and hitting random. That's definitely not what it was.
Everyone's journey to a new race in StarCraft.
Would you like to guess how this? So this was a 3v3 match. It was me, Zergy Boy, and Tommy Tom. Would you like to guess how that last match went?
I'm gonna guess Tommy Tom went for the burst build.
He was Protoss, I believe.
Okay.
So.
Still, I think he still tried to make it work. I think Valen went for this Planetary Fortress stock blockade.
No. I went for the nuke rush this time.
Okay, total. That was my plan B, and I think JMONEY was dead 2 minutes into the game.
It actually ended. They weren't the best. It actually ended with us, the three of us owning every expansion on the map except for the original 8 that they had. So your
Okay.
main and natural. So it went very well for us. But I think Tommy Tom could have beat them solo.
Okay.
Easily. That's the kind of game it was.
I went all roach.
Did you? And he had a really
Classic.
nice batch of roaches at like the 12-minute mark.
Because then with those
Right.
upgrades, switch right into Hydra. That's my classic move.
We did have the upgrades.
There you go.
What all units did you build?
Roach, and I did were they Hydralisks? No.
Yep.
No, Mutas. Mutalisks. That's what I did. But that was at the very end. And
Yeah, I didn't even.
Oh, they didn't make it to the end. They quit.
Yeah, they quit before they.
And I had a bunch of them.
Just, I guess for those who don't know, Zerg makes units kind of differently than both Protoss and Terran, in that you can kind of build up larvae and then just like spam a unit all at once, whereas like Terran, you got to be constantly building out of your facilities. Protoss, you have to watch your cooldowns and then like spawn, warp in units continuously. Zerg, you can just like, oh shit, hold the Z key and just flood with 40s, and that's much more into my style of not keeping track of everything and just going, oh god, I killed everything, and then just go.
I do not use hotkeys, which makes
okay. I might do that.
Zerg very, very difficult.
I might invest in some hotkeys.
I do for Protoss, but Zerg, there's just too much going on. You can't be tied down on the keyboard.
I think that's exactly where you're tied down.
No.
In a game of Starcraft.
It's all about the mouse. Turn up that sensitivity.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna bring us cleanly into the games that Doc's been playing. This Hyrule-based game, which I've never heard of.
Okay, so Cadence of Hyrule. Did you guys hear of or play Crypt of the Necrodancer?
A little bit.
A little bit.
But
Okay.
I was very bad at it.
Okay. So Junkblade at least knows what the game type is, because I'm going to try to explain it and probably fail. It's a rhythm-based game, but it's like an isometric Link to the Past view, but everything on the screen moves to the beat of the music that's playing, and like attacks and like moves in patterns, and like moblins will move every second beat sort of thing, and you have to move on the beat also, otherwise like just nothing happens, and attack on the beat. And it's like this kind of like puzzle combat game with really awesome mixes of Zelda music, basically.
Where's the puzzle come into play?
Like you go into a room and you see what's kind of moving around, you try to figure out the best way to attack the enemies without getting overwhelmed and killed in 5 seconds, which happens to me most of the time, because like Junkblade, I'm really bad at it right now.
Is it the the rhythm aspect that's difficult?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's part of it, and then it's also sort of roguelike-y in that like when you die, you kind of like lose like rupees and you keep some progress items, which is very good, because if you lost everything like a true roguelike, I probably wouldn't have lasted more than 15 minutes in the game. But
nobody got time.
Yeah. But just the look of it, I enjoy quite a bit. It's a cool looking game, and like everything's kind of like music themed. Like there's a boss like Goma, like one of the classic Zelda bosses, but they have maracas this time, which is funny.
Of course.
So that's good. And there's like a shopkeeper who like yodel sings when you get like close to him, so you can tell you're near the shop, which is also quite good.
That's handy.
Yes. So yeah, so I've put maybe an hour or two into it so far, but I've enjoyed the music quite a bit, in kind of the riffs on classic Zelda songs, and the combat is interesting, I think, and the upgrades you get, kind of the stuff you get, like boots that help you avoid some certain damage. You get different weapon types that can like pierce shields and do all like a wider arc of damage and that sort of stuff. So it's a cool little game.
The music, dancing aspect alone is kind of fascinating to me.
Yes. Yeah, definitely a very unique gameplay style, I would say. And definitely if you have a Switch, which is Junkblade and nobody else here, I'm so far recommending giving it a go. Also, it's kind of interesting because it's Crypt of the Necrodancer was a pretty small indie team, and the fact that Nintendo gave them the Legend of Zelda license is surprising in itself.
Yeah.
But also kind of cool to see something done in that, because like I didn't really play Crypt of the Necrodancer, but you throw it in Hyrule, and I'm interested. So.
I wonder how you convince Nintendo to give you a license like that. I mean, that to me is also astounding.
Yeah.
Do you pay them a bunch of money and then they give it to you?
I honestly think Nintendo had to come to them and be like, hey, we
Yeah.
liked Crypt of the Necrodancer, and we
Right.
thought it'd be, what, maybe they said, what, do you have an idea of what you would like to try this in? And they said Zelda and presented their idea. Maybe that's how it went, but I feel like I have no knowledge of anything about the situation, but I almost feel like it would have to be Nintendo making the first contact there.
Right, because normally a small firm wouldn't have the money, or even they wouldn't care.
Yeah, or the exposure to really, cause a dent in Nintendo. I mean, maybe I'm wrong because I know they've made more of an effort in the smaller game development scene in the last couple of years. But yeah, a cool little game, and the kind of look of it, that kind of classic, 16-ish bit, pixel arty look reminded me of another game where you use a shovel.
Yes.
Also, damn it, I thought of a better segue.
Nice
You use a
transition.
shovel to dig through walls in the goddamn crypts. Fuck.
Which game? Minecraft?
Speaking of shovels, Shovel Knight, Junkblade,
Oh.
save me.
So I have played the first 2 campaigns in Shovel Knight long since. The first campaign is obviously the Shovel Knight campaign itself, and the next one is Plague Knight, one of the guys you
Ooh.
fight the first time around.
Hmm.
One of the bad guys now.
Yes, and the next campaign, you also get to play as one of the bad guys, Spectre Knight.
But are they bad, or is it not all as it seems, Junkblade?
It's more not all as it seems.
I knew it.
No,
I
I need
knew
bad
it.
or good. I
Plague
can't have
Knight
this.
is
The Grey
definitely
Order,
Grey
Fallon.
Orders.
Join it.
Plague Knight is definitely chaotic neutral, going by D&D alignments.
Okay.
Spectre Knight, I have not gotten far enough into his campaign to say for sure. So, Spectre Knight's motivation is that he is a not quite undead, and he is...
Wait, what is... Okay, time out. How does not quite undead work? I thought that was kind of a, wet or not wet thing. Fine.
You know when you're blinking, when you're down to a half heart. I think that's
Yeah,
what
you're
I.
still alive.
Well, to quote The Princess Bride, there's a big difference between mostly dead and all dead.
That's
All
fair,
dead,
right.
there's usually only one thing you can do.
Excellent
So,
counterpoint.
he is working for the main antagonist of the first campaign, the Enchantress, in an attempt to get his life back before he becomes an undead completely. His real name is Donovan, as it turns out.
I like Plague Knight better, I guess.
Spectre Knight.
Sorry.
Easy
Wait,
mistake.
wait. Spectre Knight's name is Donovan.
Yep.
I didn't even.
Does he
know
go by
that.
Don or Ovan?
Dono.
He goes by... Clearly he goes by Donatello.
Wait. So is it
Wait, is
Donovan
that
or is
twist?
it Don?
No,
Middle initial O, last name Van. Because then I'm back. I'm back in if that's the case.
I've only beaten 2 of the bosses so far, so
Okay.
the extent of the plot that I'm aware of is what I've mentioned so far, and he reached the castle of the Enchantress with a companion of some sort, who we have not seen since the little flashback portion.
I'm sure it goes fine.
I'm sure it goes fine.
What weapon does Spectre Knight?
A scythe, as you probably could have predicted.
I guess I could have had I thought about it.
So the reason it's taken me a while to play this, and this has actually helped, the mechanics for how you fight with Spectre Knight and the other 2 are very different, so you kind of have to unlearn the game to play as Spectre
What do
Knight.
you mean by that?
Like,
Was the movement different? I think.
the movement is different,
So it's a
essentially, and the button presses. The way you journey through each campaign is completely different for each character. which I actually like because it makes it feel like a different game.
I say it makes it worth the DLC, right? So
yeah, it's something that makes it worth the DLC rather than just basically being a reskin.
Just a level pack kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And is King Knight the one after this one? Is that?
I don't believe I have that DLC. I think after Spectre Knight and Plague Knight, they stopped releasing them for free, which makes sense.
Okay.
So I have to check and see if that's a DLC I need to buy because it doesn't appear that I have access to the King Knight campaign.
I'm impressed with how they've stuck with it and made them different and stuff. Like I appreciate that, but I am hoping we get to hear what their next game is going to be. I'm excited to see what they do next.
I am too. For a moment, I was very worried because when I was getting into play, I saw Yacht Club Games 2014 to 2017 on the title screen. I was like, "Oh crap! Did they go under?"
Oh.
But then I looked on Wikipedia afterwards, and I was very much relieved to see they are doing
Junklight, they got that Amiibo money. They're good.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, so far impressions are very positive, and I am going to continue playing and enjoying myself as Spectre Knight.
How long have those campaigns taken you, dude?
That's actually a good question. Give me a moment to check the previous two.
And what is the purchase price of this game?
It was $10 initially, I think. I think it's up to $25 now because of all the DLC.
So you get everything for $25 now, I think.
Okay.
It's called like Treasure Trove or something like that.
So the previous two campaigns took me 9 hours each.
Okay, not bad.
This one, it looks like it's going to take me longer because I'm already up to 3 hours and have only cleared 2 of the 9 stages.
Cool. Nice little package there. Nice little
there's a co-op option.
Like an online co-op option?
I don't know. Okay, it's a in-person co-op.
No one lives together anymore.
Say that would be interesting.
It's 2019. Get with it.
It's the point of computers
Can
in the
you do
internet,
that
so we don't have in-person co-op.
Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, I would. When I hear a co-op, I just assume it's online. What's the
what is the
we are dropping frames like crazy.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought I was just having issues. You get a frame. You get a frame.
Alright, we might be good now. We may have... My drop frame count has ceased rising.
Orange.
Yeah, it looks like we're good for now.
Okay.
I mean,
Copy to me.
Oh.
people come here for quality, so.
Yeah, okay, come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
OBS.
pulled a certain level.
I'm not even doing anything else. I'd say the Discord sounds fine still.
When we're dropping frames, is it purely visual or can they still hear us?
I don't know. We'll find out when I look back through this. I'm gonna turn my video preview off and see if that was maybe part of the problem. Okay, it looks like we're okay now.
I say it looks good to me.
And we can now have Junkblade segue to himself, because I was very good at ordering the topics today.
I mean, this is pretty much what people expect at this point anyway.
Probably.
So, D&D update. Only 2 people arrived yesterday, so we mostly just screwed around for a while.
A skeleton crew.
2 people, their jobs are getting in the way of them making it to the session. One doesn't get out of work until like 9:30, the other doesn't get out until 10.
Lack of commitment.
So
that's what I'm hearing.
by the time they get there, they're only going to be around for about 2 hours anyway.
Yeah.
The other person is notoriously unreliable, so we are looking for new players to join to kind of keep the life of the group going. I asked 2 good friends today, and they do seem interested. So hopefully we'll get a more consistent gathering going soon.
That's got to be one of the primary Dungeons and Dragons complaints, isn't it? Getting a group of real people together.
Yeah.
Is I guess most things in life complain. Anything that requires anyone to commit for once a week for, I guess this stream kind of suffers from that. We don't even get together in person, so it's just hard.
I say, do you have access to an iPad robot that I could control remote? God, nobody has one of those.
I want an iPad robot.
I'll say the implementations I've seen have been very hilarious, and I think it's worth it.
Dave, I think you're under the impression I make far more money than I actually do.
Well, I didn't say you had to, come by it with legal means, Jumpblade.
I suppose that's fair.
Right. iPad robot, iced.
Say a dungeon master such as yourself.
Add it to the list.
So, like I said, we mostly just screwed around in the campaign for a while because there's a fair amount of downtime before they have to get to the next bit in the plot for various reasons. And then
What do you
just
mean by that?
There's sort of like a deadline for when things have to be done. They can't wait too long, but they also can't as far as they know, they can't rush it or bad things happen.
A Majora's Mask situation. You gotta sit in front of the clock tower for 2.5 goddamn days after getting the moon tier or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
Is this more of a real-life practical consideration where you realize that you need to delay because you might not have a full group? Or
You're stretching.
It's a little bit of both.
Playing for time.
But we also discussed ideas for the next campaign I'm going to be running, which I mentioned was probably going to be a Lord of the Rings style campaign. And I've got a decent amount of plot ideas for that now. Gonna try and get even more before I decide on any of them. But I thought it'd be interesting to go over a few tonight.
You know what? Just do the classic Final Fantasy thing of, like, saying, oh, you defeated the final boss. But wait a second. No, you haven't. Here's this boss that no one's ever heard of, was not in the game anywhere, but was pulling the strings all along. Now you have to fight Necron. Enjoy. Who is he? No one cares.
Well, I certainly could do that. The intent for this campaign is to be a little bit shorter and to not be
okay.
a world-ending campaign.
Okay, well, yeah, that's out then.
They're going to start at, like, level 2 and go to about level 8.
Although, actually, Persona was worse. So, Persona 4, for those of you who don't know, ends, you beat the final boss, and I was like, cool. 90 hours. Awesome. I enjoyed my time. And I went online and were like, well, what about the true ending? I was like, what? What true ending? And the very beginning of the game, before you even have control of your character, you visit a gas station. And just your uncle's getting gas, you're getting into town, first time, getting your bearings, and you talk to a gas station attendant about jobs in town and, what the scuttlebutt is. That gas station attendant is apparently the god of destruction. And if you don't go back to the gas station before you leave fucking town and talk to them again and battle them, you don't get the true ending.
I respect that a lot. Because
like there wasn't a sinister laugh as you pulled away. There wasn't like a shot as like their wings sprouted from their back, and I was like, well, I'll have to go back there to check that out. Maybe that was the ultimate power. Maybe I blacked out because I didn't even know who they were talking about.
Most of communication's body language, so I'd be mindful of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a rough thing for a PS2 game, so.
It sure is.
Anyway, Persona 4, great game. You should all play it. But
I would like to, but it's not on Steam.
Oh God, no, it's not. Jumpblade, you could buy a Vita. That'd be a solid purchase.
There's lots of things I could buy.
So you've got to replay that to get the true ending, right?
I mean, I went back and did it, but
Or you could just.
I didn't
watch it
replay
on
the whole
YouTube.
game to do it. But I went to a save and was like, all right, let's battle. But yeah, I have a PlayStation Vita because I'm an idiot. But
When you go back to battle him, apparently you like walk in and are you like, "Sup? I know you're the god of destruction." Because
yeah. Let me try
that
to.
thing you did earlier.
Hey, I bought 93 octane. You gave me 87.
Okay,
So
well, let me.
let's do this thing.
Okay.
87 versus 93. That's like the differential in how much the gas is unleaded, right? Or is that what does that mean?
We don't. have to
93
get
is
into it.
super premium. 87 is just unleaded.
No, but
Okay.
yeah.
It's a
but
unit of measurement to tell you when you're. Yeah, it's on.
Real quick.
Has to do with the combustion.
Real quick.
Once you discover who the true killer is, you go. At that point, you will play a new dungeon, and completing it leads you to the road for the true ending. Months later, what happens before doesn't matter. When you say goodbye to your friends and have done so, do not pick the option to go home. Now you have to go to the Juness food court one final time, and you'll be on the path to the true ending. That's how you start it. You say goodbye, but say no. I said goodbye, but I'm going to risk running them into them again and being super awkward, like happens at the supermarket all the time, where you just have to leave because you realize you're on crisscrossing paths and you've gotten your 5 minutes of small talk out of the way already, and it's just torture. And you say, no, I have to go back to the food court to find the ultimate evil in the universe.
Did you guys know that higher octane doesn't always get better performance?
Nope.
Yes, I did actually.
I didn't know
Motor
that.
has to be.
In that you should really only use it if your car is built for it.
Yep. You want the lowest number that you can run safely.
Yeah.
See, I want this stream to not only be, fun, good times, but informative. Teaching people.
See, I know a little bit about a lot of things, but not enough of anything to teach anyone about it.
So, back on the original topic, which was plot
What is
ideas
the
for a
original?
Lord of the Rings D&D campaign.
Oh, okay.
Just for a bit,
If you want.
Well, now you know.
I'd make it a real bitch to get the true ending. Junk Blade, that's what I would do. People love it.
Some people love it. I don't think my players are those kind of people. Okay, so
Yeah,
there
hit us
were-
with your ideas.
there are a few. These are just the starts of ideas. I haven't really fleshed any of them out yet because, like I said, I want to talk to the rest of the players before solidifying any of these. One of the suggested ideas was the remnant of a ring wraith is still around, and even though Tolkien only really elaborated on the identities of two of them, the Witch King of Angmar and the Knight of Umbar, there are interpretations of the other seven made by companies that got the license from the Tolkien estate, like Games Workshop, the company that makes Warhammer 40,000. They also make Lord of the Rings and Hobbit-based games and have their own backstories for the other seven.
Okay.
And
Quick pitches for the other 7 ranks, everybody. Quick round table.
Wait, I want to do our pitches. Yeah.
Yes, okay, real quick.
Yeah. I figured that's what you meant.
Who wants to go first?
I can jump in here.
Okay.
Okay, so he's a gas station attendant, right? At least that's what he's.
I'm in.
Well, really, ring wraith. All right, who's next?
I heard Angmar Umbar. I think the Lance Corporal of Klimbar is probably third in the pecking order. Really wraithy
Did you
guy.
say Klimbar or Cliff Bar?
Exactly. That's part of what you. That's part of what you know. That's what you have to figure out. The real meaning is lost to time, and you figure out it was Cliff Bar at the end when he just throws Cliff Bars at everybody. That's
He starts rebranding as.
They're tough to eat sometimes. You got to chew them a lot. Like it's a lot of chewing.
Alright,
Bars.
JMONEY, what you got?
I'm worn out.
The Mordor High.
What's the mascot? What's the mascot, JMONEY?
Mortar High.
It's
man.
a bunch of giant spiders. I count them, but there's a lot of them, and they're all the mascot.
Oh man, are we?
I'm sorry, we were looking for bulldogs. It's always bulldogs.
No, we definitely are. It must have some kind of bullshit or BS sensor.
Yeah, it just cuts us off. It's just like.
Well, why is it doing that?
So it's a waste of our processing power, guys.
Yeah. And we have a lot of server space, but not enough for this bullshit.
You can watch anyone anywhere in the world, and this is what you're doing.
Alright, I'm gonna try and lower the video bitrate and see if that helps.
Do what's the lowest? Do 160.
I think that's too. I think that feels too low.
We'll look like we're on a Game Boy.
Come on.
Well, if it doesn't work, we could always.
I say the fact that like has my Discord dropped at all for you guys?
What's that?
Okay, like has my Discord been really
I think
bad?
about half an hour.
I must have missed.
No.
Oh, there it goes.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, there it goes.
Yes, I can.
Have you been able to hear me like the whole time?
No.
Like
I couldn't.
Okay. Because I've been able to hear you guys pretty much the whole time, which is weird to me.
On Discord or in the?
On Discord, I haven't had the. I tried.
I feel like the entire time.
Yeah, I'm thinking Twitch just really does not want us to stream tonight for whatever reason.
I'm also pretty.
Looks like we're going strong now.
Okay.
Are we? Pretty.
When I lowered the bitrate, I'm not dropping frames right now.
Okay.
Fortunately, we've left 4,212 frames in the fucking garbage can.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Is that all?
That's 6.7% of our broadcast so far.
I got another one, another ring rate.
Okay,
Well, my idea was the Lord of the Shadows, because all he ever says over and over again is the shadows.
real gloomy Gus. Is that the name?
Afraid of the dark?
Oh,
The shadow.
yeah.
I would like a
Give him
guy
3
named.
fixed phrases.
I think you have to play Fear of the Dark the entire time, Chunkblade.
I would like a guy named Drop Man, and he's a frame rate. So.
He feasts on frames lost to time.
How about a guy named Tony Smithersons? The economy is not booming so well, and the only job he could get was a ring race. He's not that dedicated, but you know he doesn't make the rules; he just enforces them.
He's a temp. He's a ring rate temp. Yeah.
Just doing it.
He's
Just
a ring wraith unpaid intern.
Just doing his jobs. It's the higher ups problem.
Like, hey, Frodo, I'm not trying to be like this, but you know, it's just my job, man. Just give it up. I just want to go home, go to bed.
You can actually see him as an Easter egg in most Lord of the Rings movies. He's usually the one in the background, just throwing his hands up and like, oh my god, I just can't believe we're doing all this stuff. Yeah, When we worked our 8 hours today?
Glenlar's dead.
Gang, this has been a lot of horseback riding, and I just
Glenlar's
was
dead.
not. I wasn't prepared for this level of horseback riding. It wasn't in the description. Wraith sounded a lot more flying to me. I'm confused as to what we're doing here.
Did not sign up for this. I'm afraid of heights. Terrified. I can't do that.
I mean, this guy's got a dagger. I didn't know we were allowed to bring weapons from home. I thought everything was provided on the
I
job.
have an associate's in business management. I am not.
I'm just trying to work my way through business school. Get that bachelor's. Oh, that's a good group. We got to, almost 9.
I think we're good, yeah. And Craig. He's fine.
He's HR. We don't like him.
I do like one of them should be HR. For inter-ring rate disputes. Somebody's borrowing Angmar's giant flail again.
That was a big flail.
That was a
really big flail.
I mean, how awkward would it have been if he goes into that final battle with the King of not Gondor, the Rohirrim. What's
Theoden.
Theoden.
Horse Lord of Rohan.
He reaches for his giant flail, which is always somewhere in his robe, apparently, and it's not there. It's Craig borrowed.
The chain descends, and it's a post-it note that says, borrowed for a paperweight. I'll get back to you, Craig.
The chain descends. He goes to swing it. That's great.
So, have we given you a lot of help?
No, not remotely.
Oh,
Dang it. Well, we tried,
So the one that was suggested to me, the background was made by Games Workshop. His title is The Dwemer Lake.
I feel like I heard that in something Tolkienish.
It is actually the title Eowyn calls the Lord of the Ring Wraiths, which would be the Witch King, but
gotcha.
They decided to expand it to a different thing, which...
Okay, cool.
The Dwemer Lake is possibly the most mysterious of all the Nazgul, for scant record of his past deeds exists.
Because we just made him up.
Yet in Rohan, this particular ring wraith is feared beyond all others, for he has been a blight upon that realm for centuries untold, directing the Dark Lord's minions against the sons of Eorl.
How convenient. Actually, guys, this dude over here was the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Right.
What? Why didn't he show up in the Clash of the Age? Well, that's your problem. Shut up. He was busy. He tried to get there. He just couldn't make his schedule work.
Flat tire.
Flat tire. Horses. They throw those shoes all the time.
Bit of a head cold.
The Rohirrim took all their blacksmiths. It was a mess. But he scared the crap out of those townspeople. Let me tell you. So bad that they didn't even remember Sauron.
Right. They did.
Yeah. This guy. Real piece of work.
I always think it's funny when somebody who's expanding on established canon, like, you don't have to, it's already a ring wraith. You don't have to make him the bad, like, secretly the baddest. Just make him another one that's also, he's still bad. Like, he's still really, they're still really tough.
They're not trying to make him the baddest. They're just...
It's that description you read sounded like they were...
that description sounds like that's exactly what...
Pumping him up a little bit.
Didn't you say, like, he's secretly, like,
secretly the super bad guy?
No, just that there's, like, almost no record of his existence before he became a ring wraith.
Okay.
So, in a way, that makes him the lamest, because he has the fewest deeds attributed to him.
Almost none, you might say.
Almost none, you might say.
No deeds.
Well, maybe he had a lot, and then he just, he doesn't like to brag. Maybe he's not just one of those braggadocious ring wraiths.
I mean, in the description for the Witch King of Angmar, it outright says he's the greatest of the beings known as the Nazgul.
Yeah. Good old Angmar. Always.
They don't really try to make any of the rest more badass than Angmar or the Knight of Umbar. They just try to also give them neat backgrounds and ideas.
All right, I accept it then. But how does this? So, what are you centering a campaign around this one in particular?
Not the entire campaign. There's going to be, like, each of these ideas is just a potential plot thread for a couple of sessions. Like, it's not supposed to be a super long-running campaign.
New idea. I think you should make every wraith they run into actually the King of Ammar's brother. But then, like, they're like, oh, you thought he only had one brother. Look out. Here comes brother number 2. And he... and so on and so forth until you get to the 7 brothers of Angmar. And then you turn it into a 7 brides for 7 brothers kind of storyline, where they come down from the mountain and they steal women and they make them cook and they sing songs. It's a musical from the 50s. You guys got me, right? 7 brides for 7 brothers. We got that?
What about 4 weddings and a funeral, but 4 ring wraiths and also a funeral?
A Haradrim! That's a thing, right? Maybe?
What's a famous 9? There are 9 ring wraiths. What are there 9 of them besides ring wraiths?
Cat's lives.
They're all cats.
I like that.
The Witch King of Angmar filled his ranks with 7 of his cats.
What do you say, King?
Meow. That could explain why they weren't really killed.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Well,
Only one life taken away.
Got 8 more.
Corporal Mittens is ready to fucking go still.
Corporal Snowball, I'll report.
What do you think they do in the break room, like ring wraiths, when they're just all talking around that water cooler in his witchy palace?
Oh, that's a good question. I bet they have a really intense fantasy baseball league. Like very, very intense.
Yeah, a guy like prints out score sheets.
Yeah, and Craig's the manager of it, and it's just a mess because he gets a little high on his power there, and so
they complain about all the travel that their job requires, and Sauron, he's always up in his tower. He'd never leave.
Just a disembodied eye, for all we know.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it takes Sauron to approve an expense report?
I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna go up there and talk to him. I'm gonna do it.
By the way, this is usually how D&D sessions go.
So what you guys been doing lately? Oh, looking for that ring. Yeah.
Oh, you too? I'm on that. I didn't realize you were on that.
Really? We go out together every time. Thanks, Derek. Good.
I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the other plots that came up.
Yeah.
Or I had ideas for.
Okay.
Another spawn of Ungoliant is still hanging around, like Shelob. These two are things that could be at the very start of the game when they're low level. This is like a couple of decades after the end of Return of the King, so they're going to be in a town. I'll figure out which one after doing way more research than I have, which is very little at the moment. But basically a small town run by a human who is very, very racist. One of the players is going to be playing an orc, which is fine in the context of this campaign and even in the context of the story after the War of the Ring. Another player is playing a hobbit,
Hmm.
and the town leader just basically does not like anyone who is not human. You get charged more at the inn, get charged more for horses and ponies and all sorts of necessary things.
Just a real jerk.
Talk to your senators about that. That should be illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strider can't be happy about that.
He's not. Another idea, which I'm not sure I want to go with personally, it was suggested to me, was basically dealing with a bunch of Sauron's sympathizers. You know, a couple of generations after the war ended, people don't realize just how bad of a guy
Boy,
he
we're really
was.
tapping into the current
This is a social
nightmare that we're living in.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like,
I
don't know if I want to do this plot.
It's a fantasy game.
Yeah.
I was thinking a small band of orcs who does still believe in Sauron's goals is because
You have plenty of. You just don't have to make it so.
As long as they talk about smelling man flesh a lot, I'm in.
I mean, it's just sort of a traditional raving horde of orc bandits. I mean,
Okay.
it's something that's, you know, in pretty much every D&D campaign that has ever existed.
So now, real quick, Shelob, like they, you know, in the book they're like, oh, vomits darkness and all this stuff, but then
Right.
like she's basically defeated by a tiny man with a pocket knife.
Yeah.
So, like, is there just something I missed there, or?
I mean, just imagine if literally. Oh no! Did I lose you guys?
Well, I think
Nope.
in order for you to understand the answer to that question, it would require that you read the Silmarillion, and I don't think that's a step any of us are willing to take.
I've tried like 4 times, and I just
No, I can't read this.
There's so many names that are the exact same.
Let's see. This was an idea I kind of got off of Facebook as possibly the like final plot of the campaign. Somebody just posted like, hey, what would happen if an Ent got a hold of the One Ring?
Like it. I love it. More Ents.
And then somebody just posted this rhyme, which is fantastic. Stones will break and roots will squeeze. Vines will grow and bend all knees. Mushrooms hunt and thorns yoke. Weeds strangle and flowers choke. The age of skin is done. The hour of bark has come.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's bad inch right there.
I was very in until what are mushrooms doing?
Mushrooms are hunting.
Hunting.
Because the Ents can make plants do all manner of
yeah, that's
things.
fine. That's fine. But what is a mushroom? What's its like kill move?
Well, there are plenty of mushrooms that are poisonous.
That's true. So is it just like flinging themselves into your mouth and forcing you to eat them?
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
There, in a series of unfortunate events, there was actually a fungus that could kill you just by touching it.
Oh.
And
Okay.
it was a really horrible, painful death, too.
Oh well.
No, they're a combo. Mushrooms are the spies, and they sneak their way onto salads. You get the poisonous ones, and then
Oh. Salad's very big after Sauron was defeated too. Everyone's trying to get,
Yep.
lose that war weight.
it's actually why this ant is sad about people, because they're always eating salads, and
Okay.
kind of like,
Another quick round table. What tree would you be if you were an Ent?
What is the weakest tree that gets destroyed really easily? Because I'm pretty sure that would be me.
What? We're talking about a fantasy here, Junkblade. We don't have to
then ironwood.
Is that a real tree?
Yes, it is. It looks like basically somebody bicep flexing, and it is extremely strong wood, like to the point where it will break chainsaw blades.
Okay. Iron fitting then. What's the
I learned about it during a field trip during my childhood.
What's the tree that the Japanese take of really well? Like, really, they care for it a lot.
Bonsai.
That's
bonsai
me.
Tree.
I just want to be cared for, really, when it comes down to it. So.
I want to be a family tree, so I'm going to be one of those big. That's
You're gonna be
kind
one person's family tree.
So like a drawing on a piece of paper, or
Yeah, exactly,
okay,
drawing on a piece of paper.
all right.
Can't top that one.
JMONEY, what should I say? What's your follow up to family tree?
I don't think any of us are going to
Just say the baobab tree, like I know you want to say, and we can move on.
I'm looking at the bristlecone pine. That looks pretty neat.
You just want that because that lives for like thousands of years, don't you?
Yep. Actually, I didn't know that. No, I don't want that. What's the shortest living tree?
I think baobab fits you pretty well. Go ahead and look at the baobab tree, and that's a JMONEY tree.
Redbud trees live an average of 20 years.
Hang on, I gotta send you guys a picture
Is this thing?
of this baobab tree.
You send us those pictures, however, that takes us over an hour for sure. And I think we're not going to beat that note to end on, so I think we'll call it an hour.
Alright, send it in the Twitch chat.
Great.
Okay.
That way we have a record of this forever.
Real quick, I want to call attention to Summer Games Done Quick marathon supporting Doctors Without Borders.
Oh, sweet.
Going from now until next Saturday, like night, I think. And just a really fantastic speedrunning event. A lot of great games I'm looking forward to. I think, 5 o'clock in the morning. There's Metroid tomorrow, so that's great. A couple Castlevania games in the afternoon. Metroid Prime 2, good ones. Scrolling. They got a randomizer, Zelda randomizer. That's cool. Pokemon Crystal. Some Mario games. Just good stuff. Check it out on Twitch. I probably don't need to tell you guys about this because I talk about it all the time. But
I like it.
But no, I think you take us out then, Doc. You ended up with Games Done Quick.
Oh, and E3, check out the new Zelda trailer. I'm extremely excited about it. And it should be really awesome whenever
We'll talk
it comes
about
out.
the new Zelda trailer next time.
Yes. Also more info about Link's Awakening and stuff. So, cool stuff.
We actually have a real person in chat.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, we're losers. That fits.
That's fair.
Thank you, LaBelle32, for that question.
For all your support.
Sup, losers. Not much. Not a great stream in terms of stability, but, we got through it. I think we made some great work on Ring Wraith ideas and what Ent we would be. So you can go back in the stream and check that out. Yeah.
Well, I guess we can do, alright, if you've got a question, LaBelle, we have about 1 more minute left.
Yeah, question. Other E3 stuff. Keanu Reeves is in Cyberpunk 2077, which is fantastic. And he came out on stage. Yes, and it was great. You should all watch the reveal video of that because it was hilarious. Let's see.
Awesome.
Animal Crossing. Love Animal Crossing. Wouldn't think I would like Animal Crossing, but I put 100 hours. I put 100 hours into the last one, so
100 hours in
I
Animal
did.
Crossing.
Arranging those houses, good stuff. Tom Nook, he's a tough landlord.
Can we make the background of this stream your house in Animal Crossing?
Oh boy, if I had a 3DS capture device, sure, but I don't know.
Can you just make your camera the background and then hold it up to your camera?
That would look great. I'll try that.
Well, on that note, we haven't got a question from LaBelle yet, which is a pity because that would have actually given us a question answered.
Doom Eternal
portion.
Looks very good. New Doom. Everybody likes Doom.
Is the soundtrack going to be as good? Anyway,
yeah. From what I have seen, yes.
So thank you for following since December 16th of 2018.
Ah. I didn't know that actually said that. Cool.
We are nerds LaBelle because it is way, way more fun than being jocks.
I actually thought that I recognized the name LaBelle, to be honest. So
quick hit to my nerd cred. What's Kappa mean again?
I honestly don't know.
Is that like a joke? Like saying, "Oh, why you guys nerds Kappa"? I don't mean it. Like a JK.
No, it's like Koopa Troopas, Kappa Troopa.
Kappa. Okay. Like I have not bothered to look up Twitch lingo. Like I don't know what PogChamp means or any of that.
It's the Koopa Troopa fraternity.
Koopa Kappa Kappa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, on that note.
Oh, we're extremely relaxed.
Sure.
Never been more relaxed.
We're gonna show you how relaxed we are. Anyway, on that note, for Zergy Boy Junk Blade, I'm Valen. Thanks for stopping by, LaBelle. Maybe next time you can catch more than 5 minutes of us.
It's worth it. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good time. We'll try it again in a weekish. Huh?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Excellent. Commitment on the stream,
That's
and we're
the
out.
way the cookie crumbles.
Great.